Hello UGC NET aspirants. UGC NET JRF Paper 1 complete revision notes are available. These notes cover all 10 units in simple and exam focused way. You will get concept notes, important tables, exam tips and practice MCQs. These notes are very helpful for quick revision before the exam. Prepared by Dr Sameera Fernaz. UGC NET Paper 1 is very important for every NET JRF aspirants. In Unit 1, we will study teaching aptitude. Teaching means helping students to learn in planned and meaningful. It has three main phases: planning, classroom teaching and evaluation. Learn the key points, revise daily and practice PYQ. A small daily revision can make your preparation strong. Keep studying and stay confident. Method of teaching. There are two main types: teacher-centered method and learner-centered method. In teacher-centered method, the teachers explain more. Examples are lecture method, demonstration, recitation. In learner-centered method, students take active part in learning. Examples are discussion, seminar, project method, discovery method and problem-based learning. Some important teaching methods are micro-teaching, flipped classroom, blended learning, PBL and cooperative learning. A good teacher should have strong subject knowledge, patience, empathy, clear communication and should treat all students equally. Keep revising. These topics are very important for UGC NET Paper 1. A good teacher is not only someone who knows the subject well. A good teacher also knows how to explain the topic in a simple way. A good teacher is patient, kind and respectful to every student. They treat all students equally and use clear examples while teaching. They also check students' learning regularly and give helpful feedback. In evaluation, formative assessment means checking learning during teaching. Summative assessment means checking learning at the end like exams. So remember, formative is for learning, summative is of learning. Now come to the next chapter, research aptitude. Research means studying something in a proper and systematic way. In UGC NET Paper 1, research aptitude is very important unit. Good research should be methodological, objective, replicable and self-correcting and empirical. Research can be of different types. Basic research increase knowledge. Applied research solve practical problems. Action research help teachers and practitioners improve their work. Research can also be quantitative, qualitative or mixed. So revise these points carefully for your UGC NET JRF exam. Keep learning and keep practicing. Research has different types. Historical research studies past events. Descriptive research explains the present situation. Experimental research checks causes and effect. Ex post facto research studies the causes after the event has happened. Correlation research studies the relationship between two variables. The research process has simple steps. Choose the problem, review literature, make questions, design the study, collect data, analyze data and write the result. A hypothesis is a testable statement. Null hypothesis says there is no difference. Alternate hypothesis says there is a difference. Type 1 error means rejecting a true null hypothesis. Type 2 error means accepting a false null hypothesis. Revise these points carefully for UGC NET JRF. Now come to next. Sampling means selecting sub-people from a large group for research. There are two main types of sampling. First is probability sampling. In this, every person has chance to be selected. Examples are simple random sampling, stratified sampling, systematic sampling, cluster sampling and multi-stage sampling. Second is non-probability sampling. In this, everyone does not get an equal chance. Example are purposive sampling, snowball sampling, quota sampling, and convenience sampling. Research tools help us collect data. Common tools are questionnaires, interview, observation, test, and rating scale. Reliability means the result is consistent. Validity means the test measures what it should measure. Research ethics are also very important. Researchers must take consent, keep information private, and avoid harm. Be honest, avoid plagiarism, and cite sources correctly. Revise this point carefully, UGC NET aspirants. For your UGC NET and JRF exam, these are important points. Now come to next chapter, comprehension. Comprehension is an important part of UGC NET JRF Paper 1. In comprehension, you have to read the passage carefully and understand the main idea. First read the question, then read the passage with full attention. Do not use outside knowledge. Find the answer only for the passage, from the passage. For main idea questions, understand the complete passage. For title questions, choose the title that matches the full passage. For tone questions, check the writer's attitude. For inference questions, choose the meaning that is indirectly given. For vocabulary questions, read the sentence carefully and understand the word in context. Avoid extreme options like always, never, and only. Practice comprehension daily to improve your score. If you are going to practice daily, definitely your score is going to improve and it will become easy for you. Now come to next chapter, communication. Communication can move in different directions. Lateral communication happens between people at the same level. Diagonal communication happens between different levels and different departments. Communication can also be formal or informal. Formal communication follows official channels. It's slow but accurate. Informal communication is also called grapevine. It spreads through unofficial network. It is fast but it may be inaccurate. There are many barriers to effective communication. Semantic barriers happen because of different words or different meanings. Psychological barrier happen because of ego, fear, or emotion. Physical barrier include noise, distance, or poor technology. Cultural barriers happens because of different values and traditions. Organizational barriers happen because of rigid, hereditary, or information overload. There are also different models of communication like Shannon, Weaver, Bellow, and others. Revise this point carefully for your exam. There are many barriers to communication. Semantic barriers happen because of difficult words or unclear meaning. Psychological barriers happen because of fear, ego, emotions, or distrust. Physical barriers include noise, distance, and poor technology. Psychological barriers include hearing problem, speech problem, or weak eyesight. Cultural barriers happen because people have different values, traditions, and habits. Organizational barriers happen because of strict rules, hierarchy, or too much information. Now communication also has different models. Shannon-Weaver model is one-way model. It explains sources, messages, channel, receiver, and noise. Berlone's SMCR model explains sources, message, channel, and receiver. Scream's model gives importance to feedback. Osgood's Scream model says both people send and receive messages. Graeber's model focuses on Perception and reaction. Revise this point carefully. Now, what is mass communication? Mass communication means sending information to many people at the same time. It uses media like newspaper, radio, television, and the internet. Mass communication has four main functions. First is surveillance. It gives news and information about what is happening around us. Second is correlation. It helps people understand and explain events. Third is transmission of culture. It passes values, ideas, and traditions from one generation to another. Fourth is entertainment. It gives enjoyment and relaxation. There are also some important theories of mass communication. Now next chapter is mathematical reasoning. It is an important unit in UGC NET paper 1. In number series, we have to find the pattern and missing number. Common pattern are arithmetic series, geometric series, Fibonacci series, square series, and cube series. Percentage means finding a part of 100. Ratio compared to quantities. Time and work questions are based on how much work is done on one day. Speed, distance, and time questions use a simple formula. Distance equals speed multiplied by time. In MCQ exam questions, first check the options. Remove options that are too high or too low. This will save your calculation time. Revise this formula carefully for your UGC NET and JRF exam. Next chapter is logical reasoning. Logical reasoning is an important unit in UGC NET paper 1. Syllogism means drawing a conclusion from two statements. To solve these questions, we use Venn diagrams. There are four types of proposition: A, E, I, and O. A means all S are P. E means no S is P. I means some S are P. I hope I am able to make you understand this in easy way. If still there is some doubt, please write in the comment section. I am again going to explain in very easy way. All the best, my UGC NET JRF aspirants. Coding decoding is an important topic in logical reasoning. In coding decoding, letters or numbers are changed by a fixed rule. Common rules are letters, shift, number coding, reverse coding, and mirror coding. Always find the exact rule from the given example before answering. Arguments are also important. Deductive reasoning gives a sure conclusion if the statements are true. Inductive reasoning gives a probable conclusion based on patterns. Abductive reasoning means choosing the best possible explanation. In coding decoding, in the topic letters or numbers are changed by using one rule. For example, A can become D or A can become 1. Sometimes letters are written in reverse order. Find the rule. Then let us understand arguments. Deductive reasoning gives a sure answer. Inductive reasoning gives a possible answer. And abductive reasoning means choosing the best answer. Now come to the next chapter. Data interpretation means understanding data from tables, graphs, and charts. Mean means average. Medium means the middle value. Mode means the value that comes most often. Range shows the difference between the highest and lowest value. Standard deviation shows how much the data is spread. In bar chart, compare the heights carefully. In line graph, check the rise and fall. In pie chart, remember that the total is always 100%. In tables, read the headings and units carefully. For pie charts, degree of a sector equals value divided by total multiplied by 360. Revise these points carefully for your UGC NET and JRF exam. Next chapter is Information and Communication Technology, which is also called ICT. Now first let's understand computer basic. Computer storage has different unit. Bit is the smallest unit. It can be 0 or 1. Byte has 8 bits. Kilobyte has 1024 bytes. Megabyte has 1024 KB. Gigabyte has 1024 MB. And terabyte has 1024 GB. Now let's see types of memory. RAM is a temporary memory. When power goes off, data is lost. ROM is a permanent memory. It keeps data even without power. Cache memory is the fastest memory. It helps the computer work quickly. Secondary storage means HDD or SSD. It stores files, programs and operating system permanently. Now some important full forms. HTML means Hypertext Markup Language. HTTP and HTTPS are used for web communication. FTP is used for file transfer. SMTP is used for sending emails. POP3 and IMAP are used for receiving emails. URL means web address. IP identifies a device on a network. And LAN, WAN, MAN are types of network. These points are very important for UGC NET
Some
JRF
of the important
paper 1.
full form, I am again repeating it. HTML means Hypertext Markup Language. HTTP and HTTPS are used for web communication. FTP is used for file transfer. SMTP is used for sending emails. POP3 and IMAP are used for receiving emails. URL means web address. IP identifies a device on a network. And LAN, WAN, MAN are types of network. These points are very important. Please learn it for your exam. Today we will learn about e-learning and digital education. MOOC means Massive Open Online Course. It is used for online learning. LMS means Learning Management System. It is an online education platform. PDF means Portable Document Format. It is used for documents. CPU means Central Processing Unit. It is called the brain of the computer. Now let's understand e-learning. LMS means platform include Moodle, Blackboard, Canva and Google Classroom. MOOC platform include Coursera, edX, SWAM and NPTEL. Synchronous learning means live online class like Zoom or Google Meet. Asynchronous learning means recorded classes students can study anytime. Blended learning means both online and offline. Flipped classroom means students watch lesson online before class and class time is used for practice. Some plagiarism tools are Turnitin, Unicheck and Grammarly. Important exam points. SWAM and NPTEL are Indian government platform for free online education. Now the next chapter is people development and environment. First topic is ecology. An ecosystem has two main parts, biotic and abiotic. Biotic components means all living things like plants, animals, bacteria and fungi. Abiotic components means non-living things like sunlight, water, air, soil and temperature. A food chain shows how energy moves from one organism to another. For example, producer, primary customer, secondary customer and tertiary customer. A food web means many food chains connected together. Now let's understand the 10% energy law. Only 10% energy moves from one level to the next level. The remaining 90% energy is lost as heat and body activities. Now important cycles. Carbon cycle is related to carbon dioxide, photosynthesis, respiration and global warming. Nitrogen cycle helps plant get nitrogen through bacteria. Water cycle includes evaporation, condensation. Next topic is biodiversity. Biodiversity means variety of life on earth. India is a mega biodiversity country. Important biodiversity hot spots in India are Western Ghats, Eastern Himalaya, Indo-Burma and Sunderland. IUCN Red List shows the danger level of species from extinct to least concern. These points are very important for UGC NET Paper 1. Today we will learn about environmental issues and important environmental law. First, conservation has two types. In situ conservation means protecting animals and plants in their natural place. Examples are national parks, wildlife sanctuaries and biosphere reserves. Ex situ conservation means protecting them outside their natural place. Examples are zoo, genie banks, botanical gardens and seed banks. Now let's see environmental issues. Global warming happens because of greenhouse gases. It causes sea level rise, extreme weather, glacier melting and species extinction. Ozone depletion happens because of CFCs. It increases harmful UV rays. Acid rain happens due to harmful gases from industries. It damages buildings, water life and forest. Deforestation means cutting forest. It causes soil erosion, loss of biodiversity, climate change and water cycle problem. Now important agreements and law. Paris Agreement aims to control global warming. Kyoto Protocol was about reducing greenhouse gases. Rio Earth Summit was held in 1992. Important Indian law are Environmental Protection Act, Wildlife Protection Act and Biological Diversity Act. Remember, Paris Agreement has 195 countries and had a 1.5 degree Celsius target. These points are very important for your exam UGC NET JRF Paper 1. Now the last and 10th chapter, 10 units, higher education system we are going to discuss. Today we will study higher education system. First, important commissions. Radha Krishnan Commission came in 1948 to 49. It focused on university education and teacher improvement. Modular Commission came in 1952 to 53. It focused on secondary education. Kothari Commission came in 1964 to 66. It suggests the 10 plus 2 plus 3 education system. National Policy on Education came in 1986 and was revised in 1992. NEP 2020 replaced the old policy. It introduced a new school structure and multidisciplinary education. Now important acts. UGC Act 1956 created UGC. IIT Act 1961 made IITs institution of national importance. AICTE Act 1987 controls technical education. RTE Act 209 gives free education to children from 6 to 14 years. In India, universities can be central universities or state universities. Please learn these commissions and dates. These topics are very important for your UGC NET Paper 1 exam. Now we will go further ahead with this. In this topic we will learn about quality assurance in higher education. NAAC checks the quality of colleges and universities. It gives grades like A++, A+, A, B++, B and C. NIRF ranks institutions in India. It checks teaching, research, graduation result,
outreach, and overall performance. Some important government schemes are RUSA, HEFA, IMPRINT imprint, and SPARC. These schemes help improve higher education infrastructure, research, and collaboration. Now come to NAP 2020, which is very important for UGC NET. It introduced the 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 school structure. In higher education, it supports 4-year undergraduate courses with multiple entry and exit options. Academic bank of credit help students save their credit and continue studies later. MPhil has been removed. NEP 2020 aims to increase gross enrollment ratio to 50% by 2035. It also focuses on mother tongue learning, research, vocational education, and spending 6% of GDP on education. So remember these points carefully for the exam. In this section, we will practice important MCQs from UGC NET Paper 1. These questions are from different units like teaching aptitude, research aptitude, communication, ICT, and higher education. Try to solve each questions before checking the same answer key. Practice help you understand the exam pattern better. Keep revising daily and focus on important concepts. These MCQs will help you improve your preparation and confidence for the UGC NET JRF exam. All the best, my UGC NET JRF aspirants. This is a quick revision table for UGC NET and JRF Paper 1. It has the most important facts from all 10 units. Revise these points in the last 2 days before the exam. Remember important topics like teaching levels, micro teaching, hypothesis error, communication models, reasoning, data interpretation, SWAM, environment, NEP 2020, NAC, grades, and UGC Act. Read this table again and again. It will help you to revise fast and remember key facts easily. Best of luck for your UGC NET and JRF exam. Keep studying, stay confident, all the best.